Today is an epoch-making event, signaling the progress we have made in our efforts to revive education in Plateau State. When we came on board, all the indices of educational progress on the plateau were not heartwarming, whether from the primary school level or at the secondary school level. I remember that Plateau State was number 29 or thereabout in the score sheet. And we made up our minds from the onset that we must get public education right. If not, we cannot claim that education has improved on the plateau. I want to thank God that over the years, in many years past, because of the peace on the plateau, Plateau became one of the destinations for educational tourism. Many parents across Nigeria brought their children to Plateau State for schooling because not only was the standard high, the environment was safe, but in the last couple of years, there has been a decline in that. Today, many parents are sending their children to public schools, not out of choice, but because they do not have an alternative. But I want to pledge to Plateau people that by the grace of God, by the time we exit, that public schools will be schools of first choice for parents. This is our commitment to the people of Plateau State. And that is going to require a lot of investments. Investments in infrastructure, investments in teacher training, investments in curriculum development, investments in instructional materials. And that is why today I'm glad to be here, not only to commission a befitting office block, but also to flag up the distribution of instructional materials. When I asked the chairman of SUBEB the number of materials we have procured, what percentage of students can it reach? Even though you've heard of it in thousands, painfully it can only reach less than 5%. Raising the quality of education is a partnership between government, between philanthropic organizations, well-spirited individuals, but more importantly, parents. Parents must take active interest in the development of this sector. It cannot be left to teachers alone. The PTAs must be strengthened. They must know what is happening in the schools their children are attending. They are the people that will tell government whether the teachers are doing well or not. I therefore want to encourage parents and also a very critical stakeholder is the Alumni Association. I want the SUBEB to now develop a program to develop alumni associations in each of the primary schools. We must bring them on board. Those of us who particularly benefited from public sector education, we have a duty, we have a responsibility to ensure that the quality of education given to our children is enhanced. And let me congratulate these children. That is why when they won the right to represent Nigeria out of the country in China, we approved money for the children to go to China. I believe going out of this country at a young age leaves an indelible impression on their hearts. And let me charge SUBEB, you must get in touch with the Sports Council, develop a program for each of these children. We must monitor them from primary school till they get to the zenith of where God is taking them in terms of sports development. And let me also give you permission that every medal that has been won must be given an award. The teachers too that help to mold the children should also not be forgotten. And let me also say that from this farming season, this rainy season, let me not go to any school and find any idle piece of land. Every piece of land must be put to use. You should contact PADP, Ministry of Agri, to know how best to utilize whatever land. We are battling with the issues of fencing those schools. We can fence them with other plants before we get money to fence the schools properly. It's my joy and honor today to flag up the distribution of the instructional materials. Without education, we become handicapped. And let me say this again. Pozo Johnson is here. You need to take this to the Traditional Council. What we are witnessing in terms of drop in school enrollment among boys, particularly in the northern zone, is becoming alarming. People are being deceived that they make big money in the mining sites and they can abandon school. Let me tell you that no matter how much you make in the mining site, you will still need education to go forward.
Your Excellency, your presence here is not only historic, but also symbolic of your unwavering commitment to the transformation and advancement of basic education in our dear state. The board was confronted with daunting challenges. These included inherited industrial actions by primary school teachers, arising from unpaid salary arrears, inadequate office accommodation, with several departments operating outside the board's headquarters. Today, through your visionary leadership and deliberate policy direction, the narrative has changed remarkably. Plateau Subeb now stands tall as one of the most up-to-date boards in counterpart funding to the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, our invaluable partners in progress. This achievement has been made possible through your administration's prompt payment of the required counterpart funds. Motivated by your exemplary leadership, the board prudently utilized its monthly overhead allocations to complete the administrative block which we inherited at the decking stage. This building, which Your Excellency will commission today, comprises 19 offices and 8 toilets, and has enabled us to reintegrate departments that were previously operating outside the headquarters. In addition, the facility is powered by solar energy and supported by a motorized borehole, which serves both the board and immediate community. The access counterpart funds have significantly enhanced the learning environment across the state. Since 2024, the board has constructed 397 classrooms, renovated 557 classrooms, and provided 33 motorized boreholes, functional motorized boreholes, and distributed over 33,685 sets of quality plastic chairs and tables for learners. Your Excellency, we also wish to recognize your continued support for co-curricular sporting activities in our schools. The peoples whom you will decorate today have brought pride and honor to Plateau State through their outstanding performances in both local and international competition. Notably, our under-15 volleyball team emerged 7 out of 14 countries in an international tournament that took place in Shanglu, China, last year, December. While Team Plateau secured medals at the Basic Education School competition, finishing 5th out of 20 participating states. Indeed, as the saying goes, a healthy mind resides in a sound body. and your support has ensured that our pupils are exposed to opportunities that nurture both the mind and body. We shall also witness the distribution of essential teaching and learning materials, including 143,931 textbooks, 6,675 pairs of school bags, sandals, the same number of dozens of pencils, the same number 6,675 school bags, and 6,675 40-leaf exercise books. These materials will go a long way in strengthening teaching and learning across our public primary schools.
The flag off and distribution of these materials today is not an end in itself, but a means to an end. While distribution is a critical step, it does not in itself guarantee impact. The true value of this intervention lies in ensuring that these materials being distributed today reach the classrooms, the teachers, and ultimately the learners for whom they are intended without diversion. Teaching and learning materials can only serve their purpose and can be appreciated when they are delivered to the end users and actively utilized in the teaching and learning process.